Gentlemen and singular lady, if there even is one listening. I don't know what happens this day and age. You are now on episode 19 of Behind the Banter.
Look at that.
My name is BK.
I'm JVD.
I'm just kidding. It's not really JVD.
And that's Blue.
Hi, Blue.
Blue's bad.
All right, we got a lot to talk about here. I am talking here.
I'm walking here. I'm talking here. You know who's not walking here?
Alabama.
Alabama's not walking into the CFP. They are out.
You know who's walking here?
They're out. SMU is in. Can I just say how happy I am that they are not in?
It's very weird not seeing Alabama in the playoffs. It's definitely not something I expected.
Did they deserve it? They lost 3 games.
I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm just saying it's weird. It really shows the power of NIL.
It does to have a I think it also just like this 12-team bracket. It's awesome.
Yeah, even with that, I'm saying the power of NIL is like there's 12 teams in there and Bama's not one of them.
And I mean, it is crazy. It is crazy that Alabama's not in like SEC powerhouse like that. But yeah, I mean SMU. I think in last night's game, if SMU did not come back and make it close with Clemson, then it would have been Alabama. But you know, SMU came back, tied the game up in the at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, and then Clemson got a late field goal to win it. But yeah, I was really hoping if SMU would have won that game, it would have been Alabama. SMU would have probably gotten a bye, and then Alabama probably would have gotten in. However, that's an if and but.
Why do you think that Alabama didn't make it? What's their downfall?
3 losses.
I know, but like what went into those 3 losses and like why didn't they make it? What's your expert analysis?
My expert analysis on why Alabama did not make it?
Is it coaching? Is it the players? What is it?
No, it's not. It's none of. It's just you have to. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like the SEC is a tough schedule. You play tough teams every week, and that's what always has been the argument for Alabama in this situation. Is okay, they have 3 losses, but look at their schedule. It's pretty they play tough teams. It's SEC. Every game is not a guarantee, but I think what really hurt them was them, beating Georgia earlier in the season, getting the number 1 overall, being ranked number 1 overall,
and
then going to Vandy and losing to Vanderbilt. I think that one is the one where everyone looked at granted that was a while back, but it's not who's playing good recently to make the playoff. It's a whole season thing. So I think that was really their downfall. They were the number 1 team in the nation at one point, but no longer. I'm happy SMU got in. I think it's cool that we have these teams like that made it in.
Boise State, the 3 seed.
Or Arizona State. Who would have thought?
The 4 seed.
Arizona State.
It's kind of funny seeing how Georgia is the number 2 seed. I didn't expect that to happen with how the season was going earlier.
Well, they took another dub.
I know.
They took another dub with Carson Beck not playing the whole second half. And they had a freshman in there.
Carson Beck may not be that guy.
He'll get drafted probably I'd say 4th round.
I don't know.
He'll get drafted.
You think so?
There's no doubt about that. He'll get drafted. However, yeah, props to Georgia. They won. I thought Texas was going to hand it to them yesterday.
I'm not sure how they didn't win. All the comments on the Instagram post called him Quinn Prescott.
Oh, man.
I saw a bunch of Quinn Prescott. They're like, if we started Arch Manning, it'd be a different game.
Yeah,
I agree. Arch Manning supremacy.
Texas is still the favorite to win it all. Believe it or not. So, I think it also has to do with their path. So this is another thing I wanted to talk about is I think they're going to have to change how they seed these teams next year because giving Arizona State a first-round bye is kind of brutal. And saying, you know what I mean? They're not even a top 12 team actually ranked. Yes, they won the Big 12. But they're not a 12. They should be the 12 seed, in my opinion. But now here they are with a first-round bye because of how they wanted to set it up. They wanted to set it up where, the top 4 conference champions get a bye in whatever order. So they ended up with a bye. Good for them. Obviously, I wanted Iowa State to win. That was a gross game. They got destroyed. Cam Scatabo, unbelievable.
He said, "I am the best running back in the nation." Well, a certain character named Mr. Ginty has over 1,000 yards more than you.
Yeah.
You can't be saying that when there's a guy 1,000 yards more than you.
I don't mind him saying that, like, confidence, whatever.
I get it.
He is, I mean, as I think a lot of people have, not many people got an opportunity to watch Arizona State this year, just, considering they're Arizona State, but obviously they were in the Big 12 championship yesterday, and everyone got their eyes on him, and, dude, he's a monster.
Draft stock went up. We need another...
He could not, Iowa State just could not tackle him.
Yeah.
He was bouncing off contact like Monty.
Do you know why?
Because he's like Peyton Hillis.
No. Do you know the real reason why?
You tell me.
Because it's white boy winner.
It's white boy winner?
This guy is acting up.
Dude, he was unbelievable. Respect to Cam Scadbo for that because he ran them into the playoff.
Maybe he's a future Dallas Cowboy. Who knows?
You never know. However, and then another thing with this playoff. So obviously they give these teams the first round bye for winning.
Mm-hmm.
So Oregon, number 1 overall seed, they are going to now play Tennessee or Ohio State in the next game.
Oh my God.
That is tough.
Ohio State is better than
and then here's the thing. Penn State lost last night to Oregon. They get a first round matchup with SMU. Penn State will be the favorite. And then their second round matchup is going to be against Boise State. Like, Penn State has a clear path to the semifinals. And Oregon is going to have an absolute dogfight in their second game. Where if Penn State beats SMU, which everyone would expect, then they go play Boise State, who, I mean, yeah, we're all for the story of Boise State, but realistically, are they going to be able to compete with a team like Penn State? I don't know. We'll see.
You'll have to find out.
I could eat my words, but...
It's one game.
It is one game.
You ever think Vanderbilt was going to beat Bama?
No.
But anything could happen.
So, I mean, really, the big, this is the other thing with seeding, is, the big winners from last night, even though they lost, is Penn State. Because they get in this part of the bracket where they play SMU and then Boise State, 2 non-Power 5 conference teams. Well, I guess SMU is now, and they're in the ACC, but, it's just crazy. And then, let's just go through the matchups here. So we have Clemson versus Texas. That's
Texas is going to walk them.
I think so, too. I did not want Clemson. I didn't think Clemson deserved to get it.
What about Texas, Arizona State?
It's going to be a tough one, but I think Texas as well. I think they're going to be I think they're going to be at least a touchdown favorite against Arizona State.
What I like about this with the 12-team bracket is you're not getting punished for having some losses. Whereas it used to be just the 4 teams, even if you lost 1 or 2 games, you're out.
So, yeah.
I like how, you're not being punished for losing a few games. Because it's just...
Well, that's the thing. Well,
competitive.
With Clemson, they won the conference championship, and that's how they have it set up, where conference champions get in. Mm-hmm. But I personally don't think that the conference champions should get a bye unless they deserve it. Oregon deserves it.
Well, yeah, they haven't lost a game.
Arizona State should not get a bye. They should be the 12 seed, in my opinion. But, let's go through these matchups. So we got Indiana going to play at Notre Dame. I'm excited for that.
I think that's going to be a good game.
The spread is Notre Dame -8. And I think it's because Indiana got clapped by Ohio State in their one big matchup. So they're going to have to go to Notre Dame and play a tough Notre Dame team there. But
I could see the winner of that beating Georgia.
Is that how the bracket shapes out? Yeah, It is. Yeah. It depends on the health of Carson Beck, in my opinion. Because, say what you want about him, having a freshman in there is a lot different than having a senior, you know what I mean?
He scored more.
He played well. He played well. Indeed. And then we got Penn State, SMU. Penn State is -9.
I'm assuming Penn State pulls that out.
I'm assuming that as well. And then Clemson, Texas, -11.
We already said our opinions. We know what happens. -11 is a little generous. Or not even, a little conservative.
You think it should be higher, 14? Yeah, so,
Clemson.
There's going to be one, I bet there's going to be one upset, at least. And then Tennessee, Ohio State. Ohio State's -7.5. A lot of large spreads.
My upset might be Indiana.
Dude, I don't know. Notre Dame's good.
So is Indiana.
I think the only, Notre Dame's only problems they're not in a conference. So they didn't have an opportunity to be a conference champion. So I think they would have ended up with a bye probably. Indiana, it's so cool. Cool story. You know, they've never had a good football team like this before. I am indeed wearing my Notre Dame Irish hat, so I'll be rooting for Notre Dame. Go Catholics.
Clown. Go Catholics.
But then the big losers are obviously Alabama and Miami. Miami did not get in.
Miami choked.
Miami did.
They had a clear path and they just lost big games. It's on them. You got to step up. I mean, you want to make the playoffs. You want to make it to the big games. You got to win the big games.
So that's what we got going. That's what we got going for the college football playoff. And then
who's your prediction for national champion? Kevin Ginkel Van Ginkel almost just had an insane interception.
My national champion.
Look at this. Oh, dude, he almost said that.
He's playing well.
Van Ginkel just jumped the line, tipped to Kirk Cousins' pass, tipped it up, almost got it on the tip drill one hand, but fell out of his hands. My prediction? Boise State win it all?
Stop.
Probably Texas. I mean, Oregon with a number one. They've been dominant all year.
But they have a tough path. That's the thing.
I mean, you got to win the games.
Like, we could realistically see. I think if Notre Dame beats Indiana, I think they have a real shot at beating Georgia.
That bottom half of the bracket,
it's a lot easier.
It is a lot easier.
It's a lot easier. So I mean, I was watching the selection show earlier today, and they were saying, the analysts were saying how they think they need to change how they've shaped the bracket up for next year because it's just kind of bogus. Like, Penn State loses last night and then gets an easier path than Oregon.
It's brand new.
It's brand new. Obviously, they're going to be changing stuff. But, hey, we have extra weeks of college football, so that's nothing to complain about. We're excited.
Yeah, it's weird not seeing the championship on, New Year's.
Yeah, when's it going to be?
January 20th.
20th, wow.
There's a lot of time in between games, so they really have time to get healthy.
Get healthy, but, and then you also wonder, are the buys going to be beneficial? If you have momentum.
I think they're beneficial because, it is football after all. Your body is taking quite the beating.
Because I guess all the teams also that have buys played this past weekend when a lot of the teams that are in the first round did not play this past weekend. Unlike a team like Clemson, obviously they're not going to, they don't get a bye. They played last weekend. They played this weekend. They'll play next weekend or whatever, 2 weekends. But yeah, we have a week off. College football this week. We have the Army-Navy game, which will be fun. Army just destroyed Tulane on Friday night. They are the American.
Army's been piecing everybody except Notre Dame.
Exactly.
But that just shows what college football is. You have people who could beat up anyone, but then they get a real deal team, and then.
Well, this is my thing about Notre Dame though is, Army made everybody look like fools this whole season. They beat Tulane, who was ranked top 15 before they lost last week, and then they go into the championship game and they just destroyed Tulane. But Notre Dame destroyed Army. So I think Notre Dame is the real deal.
I'm not saying they could.
No, I think they could. They have their running game is awesome. They've got some veterans on that team. I think they could make a push for.
Yeah, but every single year it's the same song and dance for Notre Dame. They're dominant during the regular season, and then if they make it to the playoffs, they get embarrassed.
We'll see. That's also been the case with Ohio State.
The college football's version of the Dallas Cowboys.
That's also been the deal with Ohio State. So we'll see. Exciting stuff. But let's recap some of the games we had yesterday. Starting off with the Big 12 championship. Gross. There's no secret. I am a Iowa State fan. My brother went to Iowa State, so I was really rooting for them. I wanted to see them again in the playoff. They just got embarrassed.
45-19 is crazy. It looked good.
They just couldn't stop the running game. And that's the thing, Iowa State has this patented 3-3-5 defense. So they play 3 on the line a lot, and I just think they did not make enough adjustments because Arizona State, there's no secret, their game is scatterboo, running, They did not make adjustments to put, 4 on the line or stack the box. And that really cost them. They just got ran all over. I mean, he had, how many yards? 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 38 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, we're going to go to... That was just unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucked. And Beck did not play great. Iowa State just got embarrassed. My dad texted in our group chat after. He goes, yeah, maybe they'll get like a Pampers Bowl or something.
Pampers Bowl?
The Pampers
They'll
Bowl.
get a free bag of Huggies.
Like, they just got embarrassed. They crapped their pants. That's what he's saying. It's a shame. Iowa State has not won a conference championship since... The last time Iowa State won a conference championship, Arizona became a state that year.
When was that?
1912.
Jesus.
So, hey, but Iowa State, good season. This is their first year that they've had a 10-win season, so, they're moving in the right direction. Next year, they got back to coming back. They should be pretty good.
Yeah. On to our next game. Boise State.
Well,
My
yeah, so
Heisman
we should have
favorite.
started with that one.
My Heisman favorite went 32 carries, 209 yards, and a touchdown. 6.5 a carry. Dog.
Yeah, it seemed like Boise State was going to run away with that game. It was 21-0 at halftime, and the game ended 21-7. So, I just don't know how much of a chance I give them. Like, they're gonna have to rely on Genty to go crazy.
12-1 is a pretty good record.
I know it's a pretty good record.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to Oregon in the second game of the season. They lost by 3 points to Oregon in the second game of the season.
Still.
But then they did not have a game against their ranked opponent the rest of the year.
I mean, against the number 1 seed, though. I mean, Penn State.
The second game of the season, though.
Oregon beat Penn State by 8.
I know they did.
But still, it's just the fact that, like,
they're
still the number 1 team the entire year. Like, end all be all. They didn't lose. I mean, they figured out a way to keep it close.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I don't know. Congrats to Boise State. I hate the blue field, though. Can't stand the blue field. Get rid of it. It makes for bad viewing.
What about blue?
The blue field, get rid of blue.
Get out of here. How about the quarterback for UNLV? 21 carries, 56 yards. After throwing it, that's crazy. He had slightly higher yards per throw than he did yards per carry. My God.
Sam Darnold?
Wide open.
Let's go.
Justin.
I need Sam Darnold to have a big game for me today, and he's coming clutch. 3 touchdowns already. The UNLV quarterback is a 6th-year senior.
He played like it.
He's a 6th-year senior. He's like 26.
13 for 28, 110 yards and a pick, and then 21 carries, 56 yards. Not really that good of a game.
No, not at all. But here's my thing with Boise State is they are going to have, like, Boise State's quarterback is going to have to throw the ball a little bit because they're going to, whoever they play, whether that be SMU or Penn State, probably Penn State. Penn State's run, like, they're not going to have faced a run defense like Penn State this entire year. So
I think Ginty's up for the challenge.
I think he's up for the challenge too, but like it can't just be him. Like the quarterback's gonna have to, pass for 200 yards, something like that.
This is a weird thing to look at. So both teams had exactly 35 carries. UNLV had 5 different people get their hands on the ball. Boise State had 2.
I know, and they rushed for the same amount of yards.
Yeah, 32 out of 35, actually 1 yard difference, which is crazy.
Yeah, 1 yard difference.
32 out of 35 carries were Ginty. The other 3 were the quarterback.
Yeah, and there's no doubt. I mean, come on, like, yeah, we're not arguing. Like, Ginty is awesome. He's the best running back in college football. He's gonna finish second in the Heisman running.
Should be first. My sweet prince.
But they're gonna have to do something else besides him. He can't carry them to a championship. If they want to win it all, the quarterback's gonna have to throw some touchdowns. You can't be one-dimensional going into a game against Penn State.
I mean, he threw one touchdown and he ran one
I
in.
know, but it's UNLV.
I get it.
That's the thing.
Still ranked.
We'll see. Yeah, they're ranked. No doubt about that. But, look, I'm all for an underdog story. All for it.
Mm-hmm. What do we got next on the doctor here?
Imagine if we got an Arizona State, Boise State championship.
That'd be crazy. Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
We've had wild card teams win the Super Bowl.
Tulane and Army?
Yeah, Army just... Go look at the stats for that game. Army had 17 passing yards.
They threw the ball twice. That is unbelievable.
And they won. They scored 35 points.
They had 2 running backs with over 125 yards.
Well,
4 touchdowns on 126 yards carry.
That's the quarterback.
Oh, that is. I didn't even realize that.
Army, for as long as I've known college football, Army is a triple option team. They don't throw the ball. And that's why in the Army-Navy game, it's always take the under. The under's going to be like 28.5. I don't know about this season because the teams are actually good. But... yeah, they threw the ball twice, and they scored 35 points. That's just crazy. Like, Tulane was going into that game knowing all we have to do is stop the run. They cannot throw the ball, and they couldn't do it.
Easier said than done.
Which also speaks to how badly Notre Dame beat them. You know?
It does.
But yeah, that was awesome. Army's just, they're built different over there. For the troops. Salute the troops.
Yeah,
They
so
clocked them.
a lot of running. Next up, we got UGA in Texas. 22-19, good game. Came down to a walk-off touchdown.
Oh, in overtime.
In overtime.
In overtime.
Quinn Ewers with quite the stinker. 358 passing yards. That's good. 1 touchdown pass. Okay. 2 interceptions.
Where Texas went wrong was they could not get the running game going. Quintravion Wisner, he's been awesome all year. They could not get the running game going against a tough Georgia.
How does this work? Quinn Ewers had 6 carries for negative 27 yards.
Sacks count as rushing yards in college football.
Do they really?
Yes,
That's crazy.
they do. But yeah, I mean, they just couldn't get the running game going, and that's the problem. That's a big problem. So they're gonna have to figure that out.
They need
because
Bijan back.
They need Bijan back or Roshan Johnson. So they need to get the running game going. Otherwise, they're gonna be screwed. But yeah, I mean,
I know a quarterback that could run for Texas.
I do too.
Mr.
I think people were calling for Archie to come in.
I think he should have.
Give him a little boost, but
I don't think Ewers is better than Manning at all.
yeah, it's tough. We'll see. I don't think they're gonna make a change. They won't, but will be fun to see Archie Manning in the playoff.
They are one of the teams that would make a quarterback change, I think. Because you know what, you have 2 genuine weapons.
Yeah, or you see maybe like a split situation where they split a little bit of time, but
I don't know if you experiment with that in the playoff game.
No. That's why I don't think they put Archie in. But the big story for this game is Carson back in play? Is he hurt? He obviously has a week off, which is nice, or 2 weeks off technically, to get right. But yeah, he got destroyed. His arm. He had to come out for the last play in overtime. He actually came out for the final play where they scored a touchdown to hand off the ball, because right before that, the backup quarterback for Georgia, Gunnar Stockton, scrambled up the middle, looked like he was going to get a touchdown. He just got rocked. Did you see that? He got
Helmet off.
rocked. His helmet flew off, so they had to take him out of the game for like a concussion protocol. He got up right away and he seemed fine, but obviously you still have to, do the correct tests and whatnot.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
He got destroyed. I don't know how he held on to the ball.
Shout out Trevor Lawrence.
You know how many? This is the thing. I think Georgia got really lucky in this game. They fumbled the ball 4 times, and they only lost it once.
Carson back?
They fumbled the ball 4 times, and they lost. And 2 of them were on the same drive, and they recovered them. But I mean, I guess there is a little bit of luck, in these games. Blah blah blah. But it's crazy that You fumble the ball 4 times and only lose it once. That's lucky, in my opinion. That's lucky.
It is, but Georgia wins. Georgia moves on. Now we got one last game, and that's Penn State, Oregon, which is a pretty good game. Dylan Gabriel's been playing great.
Yeah, that's been the. I think he surprised a lot of people.
Drew Aller, 2 interceptions.
Not great.
No, not at all.
But this is the thing with Penn State. You see, they ran for almost 300 yards. Like, they've got a real offense this year when Penn State's usually known as like a Big Ten defense first type school. But Oregon put up 45. They put up 37. It was a great game, high scoring game, fun game to watch.
Oregon put up 6 offensive touchdowns.
Yeah, they're dogs. Oregon's the real deal. They could win it all. Absolutely. Dylan Gabriel's doing his best Bo Nix impression.
Best Bo Nix impression.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, I'm super excited for the college football playoff.
Yeah, so that covers college for us, eh?
SMU Clemson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Let me touch on that.
You do the honors.
Ended up being a good game, which looked like it was going to be a blowout. Clemson was up early by a bunch, and
tie game.
At halftime, Clemson was up 24-7, and it ended up being a 34-31 game. SMU tied up the ball game 31-31 with 16 seconds left, and Clemson ended up winning in regular time. So they got down the field and kicked a 56-yard field goal in 16 seconds, which is very impressive for Clemson.
It is very impressive.
I think that has to do with coaching. Dabo Swinney, great college football coach. Got them in position to win the game, and the kicker came up clutch.
SMU did miss a field goal.
But
so did Clemson, though.
I mean, SMU's quarterback, Kevin Jennings, he's a sophomore. Watch out, he might end up somewhere in the transfer portal going to a big time school.
Unless he stays there.
Which would be awesome. I hope he does. But I mean, I could see him, going to a big SEC school or something like that.
Oregon's gonna need a new QB.
Bama.
I don't know. What quarterback wants to? Who wants to play Bama as quarterback though?
I don't know. I think a lot of people.
I mean, yeah. Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams, got a good coach over there. Obviously, it's not Nick Saban, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. He's really good. I mean, he threw for over 3,000 yards this season, and he's got some legs on him too. But congratulations to Clemson. I did not want them to win. I really wanted SMU to win.
So I believe that concludes our NCAA coverage for now.
NCAA college football recap. Here we go. Now we're going to have the bowl games announced in the coming weeks. Shout out Western Michigan. They are matched up actually in the very first bowl game of the bowl season. They play University of South Alabama.
Nice.
USA.
Woohoo.
So that's our first bowl game.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
It's the Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Salutations. Greetings and salutations.
We'll have, I think they're announcing the rest of the bowl games today, I believe. I see. Oh, Iowa State, Miami in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. That should be a good one.
They're all going to get free Pop-Tarts from that.
That's going to be a good one. And then BYU, Colorado in the Valero Alamo Bowl.
I had an acquaintance that was on a college football team. I'm not going to name the team or whatever. This was a couple years ago. They played in the PlayStation 5 Bowl. Every single one of them got a PlayStation 5.
Why not name names or name teams?
I don't like this guy.
Well,
I found out information about him, and I just don't want to mention.
Okay, well, can you tell us the teams though that played in this game?
I won't.
I'm curious.
I'll tell you off camera.
I'm just curious though. What teams were this? Was it big time teams? Was it a MAC school? Is this somebody I know?
No, you don't know. Hush hush.
Yeah, they were good a couple years ago.
Yeah, they were good a couple years ago.
But yeah, is Shador going to play against BYU? Probably not.
I hope. Deion said they're all going to play.
If Deion says that, Who knows? I hope they do. I hate when, you don't make the playoff and then it's like, all right, everybody give up. All the seniors that are trying to go to the, everyone trying to get drafted just basically stops playing. It's like, come on. This is your last college football game. This is your opportunity to win your school bowl game.
You could move your draft stock up.
This is a rivalry game against BYU, Big 12, fresh Big 12 matchup. It should be interesting.
Oh, I agree. But anything else we got for NCAA?
No. I think that's about it.
We're going to move on to some MLB news.
MLB news?
Yeah, there's been some signing. Before anything, John Heyman, are we familiar?
The reporter?
Mm-hmm. He went on a radio show, and they mentioned his whole Arson Judge thing. Where, if you didn't know, John Heyman said, Arson Judge looks like he's heading to the Giants, and he misspelled Aaron Judge. And he was wrong.
When was this?
This was whenever Judge was a free agent.
Oh, I thought you meant recently.
No, this was whatever.
Judge, blah,
and
blah.
on the radio show, the guy mentions it, and then John Heyman crashes out. He's like, this is so unprofessional. This is a dumpster fire. This is a wreck. This is terrible. And then I don't remember what exactly he said. You could look the video up if you want to watch it himself. But he kind of yells. He's like, this is ridiculous at the end, and then he gets off. Like, he actually started freaking out. Because he was basically saying that he's in Scott Boris's pocket and everything. And it was just, he's, I don't know. But it's like, dude, you're a reporter.
Is it worse than Jerry Jones crashing out on the radio show?
Comparable. One's in, like Jeff Passan, that guy's not going to get anything wrong.
No, he's awesome.
Yeah, he makes sure his information's correct. That's why you like it. Then you get
That's why he's the number one guy.
Yeah, that's why you get kind of
number one big man.
You get kind of the slimier reporters, which I'd put in the category of Bob Nightingale and John Heyman are definitely in the same category in my opinion. Balls. Yeah, because they're just trying to get it right. And then it's like you post about Aaron Judge going there, can't even spell check it. Like you got to type it that fast.
And it's completely incorrect and false information.
Yeah, it's wrong. You look like an idiot. So yeah, you're going to get clowned on, deal with it.
The only guy I trust for MLB News is Jeff.
Ken Rosenthal, too.
Ken Rosenthal, not bad, yeah.
Ken Rosenthal and Jeff Passan are the guys I trust the most.
Yeah. Bob Nightingale, that guy spews bullshit all the time.
Yeah, he just gets paid by Jerry Reinsdorf to just shell it out. But
Willie Adames.
That was the first thing I was going to say. That Willie Adames is huge because, one, he's a good player. He's 29 years old. They'll have him until he's about 35. Very productive.
7-year deal, 36.
Is it?
7-year deal.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. The reason it's so big for the Giants is they're in the name for big free agents every single year. Like, your Carlos Correa, that 1 year with all the shortstops with, like, Dansby Swanson, all of them guys. They just couldn't get any big-name free agent. And then here they are getting Willie Adames, who's probably one of the top 5 free agents of this season. At least one of the number 1, 2, or 3 for offensive guys.
Get him out of the NL Central.
Not number 1, because that's Soto, obviously.
Yeah, Soto is a top 3 free agent of all time.
Oh, yeah. It's rumored the Mets made him an offer.
Yes.
That is around $730 million for 15 years.
I actually read real quick on that. I read I forget who put it, like a ESPN Plus article basically saying like, here's the top 10 free agents of all time. And they had Juan Soto, 2024, number 3. Shohei Ohtani last year, number 2. And the number 1 was Alex Rodriguez when he was a free agent and he signed with the Rangers.
I think Ohtani should be number 1.
Well, it was the A-Rod thing where he'd played in the MLB for like 4 years already. He was already an MVP and he was 23 years old. And then he just got money that had never been seen before in the MLB. The Rangers
sounds like Ohtani.
Put themselves on the map. Yeah.
Sounds exactly like Ohtani.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, the hype around Alex Rodriguez at the time is because he was 23 years old and had already, played in the MLB for 4 years.
It's valid.
Yeah.
I'd say those guys are definitely top 3, and I think Ohtani edges it out at number 1. But I mean, it's up to. They're all good contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're all like guys you want to get. Jesus
Christ.
Gosh. Jordan Addison's so good.
Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson are a crazy combo. Hey, keep airing it out, Sam Darnold. Get me those fantasy points, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, Willie Adames, a few other moves that I liked as the Orioles got a little active. They went and they got Mr. Gary Sanchez, which is a good depth piece. You want a guy that could potentially DH and catch on other days. I'm not sure what they're going to do with McCann as the backup guy. Shout out Connor. And then
They also got somebody else.
Yeah, no, they did. They got Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill.
So now they have
$49 million
a
deal.
glaring overflow of outfielders.
They
So I expect Heston Kierstad to be moved in some kind of deal.
perhaps.
Dude, they have too many. They have too many guys. You can't have that many outfielders. Cedric Mullins, proven major leaguer, amazing defense. I don't
Cedric
think
Mullins has kind of like been cast to the side. It seems like.
I think you hang on to Cedric
I
Mullins.
do too. Yeah, I mean he had a crazy season a couple years ago, but yeah, I mean,
Cowser.
they got Tyler O'Neill. Yeah.
Cowser, you hang on to. I think if there's one piece, I like Kierstad a lot. I think he has a higher ceiling than Colton Cowser, but I just think
Sucks for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
O'Neill's in the division still.
well, we'll see if he keeps it up though.
Right.
Because you don't know. That was like kind of like that could have been a 1 year wonder. You never know.
Yeah. He's just jacked.
But they're spending money. That's something the Orioles haven't really been doing.
Well, they have to. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they're sick and tired of losing right away in the world in the playoffs. You know
New
what I mean?
ownership, yeah.
Yeah, they got to get out of there.
So we'll have to see.
Mets got Clay Holmes too.
Yeah, and they're gonna make him a starting pitcher.
They could. And then the surprise of them all. I think you know where I'm going with this one.
Luis Severino.
To the Las Vegas Athletics, or shall I say, the Sacramento Athletics.
Yeah,
I was like, I think we discussed this on maybe last podcast or 2 podcasts ago. I go, I don't think the A's are going to be able to land a big name free agent in the next couple years, but here they are.
Yeah.
Shelling out more money than they ever have in their life.
Touchdown, nice. Another
4 for Sam Darnold.
surprising move, but really up the alley. Danny Jansen went to the Tampa Bay Rays, and I think he is going to be a dog over there.
1 year deal.
Yeah, but still, Danny Jansen is he's good.
Where are the A's playing? Or where are the Rays playing?
They're playing where my mom works at the Tampa Bay Tarpons, the New York Yankees AA team's facility.
So now we're gonna have 2 teams in the MLB this year playing in minor league facilities. That's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, what happened to the Rays?
Yeah, no,
you can't even.
Yeah,
that was just
it's a natural
unprecedented.
catastrophe.
Yeah, it's just you can't. That happens. The A's is tragic.
The Rays a weather catastrophe, and the A's a money catastrophe, a greed catastrophe.
Catastrophic.
But yeah, I want to talk though a little bit more about the Severino. Like I'm still just floored about that actually happened.
I think
Can't believe it.
$67
million 3-year deal.
I mean, for Severino is a little interesting. I don't know if he's worth that much. I think that's a little bit.
Projections were around $60 million, so maybe a slight overpay. I mean, whatever. But I think the A's realize they need to do something in order to keep, at least give the fans some type of something.
You got it wrong.
What?
You know why they did that?
Why?
Because they've been leveraging the MLB to get out of Oakland for years, trying to sell it, and now that they're out of there, they're going to start spending money so the fans shut up and they think that they're happy. They're doing this because they got what they wanted, which is out of Oakland. So now they're going to spend money to get people a lot happier, and then they're just going to probably shell out a few other contracts. That was the largest contract in franchise history, by the way.
I know.
$67 million.
It's a shame, but
even
that's
the
what
White
I'm saying.
Sox are above that.
I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing. At least they're doing this.
Yeah, no, it's good.
At least they're doing this. At least they're trying to, not just be ass.
The fans of Oakland deserve better. They should stay in Oakland. There's no reason they should have left.
Yeah.
It's tragic. It's unfortunate, but you know what? At least you got someone. They do have some exciting minor league players. So that's something where, maybe they do.
Jacob Wilson?
Yeah, I don't. Mason Miller, I don't think they do anything crazy.
No,
Tyler Soderstrom's pretty good.
This is their big move.
I like Shea Langeliers a lot as a catcher. I think that guy's going to be very good. Whoever trades for him in a few years is going to be very happy.
Cubs signed Boyd?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to next.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's good, especially with, just talking about that. Let's address the elephant rumor in the room. The Cubs now have 3 lefties in their starting rotation. And apparently they're in the mix for White Sox All-Star Garrett Crochet. So if they do it, they're going to have to shell out some prospects. Probably one of their 1, 2, or 3 guys with a few other, maybe a 7, 8, 9 guy, and then someone who's not their top 10.
So the rumors are that there was chatter about a 3-way trade involving the Mariners as well, where Nico Horner will be going to the Mariners, and that was a rumor all of last season as well, that the Mariners were interested in Nico. I personally think that no matter what happens with this, if this trade goes through or not, I think that Nico will be moved because the Cubs have Matt Shaw, USA Baseball legend, coming. He's ready to go. I think Nico Horner, obviously he's a Gold Glover. I love him to death, but he just doesn't offer. If he's not hitting 300 average, then he's kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like he has no power. Obviously he's quick on the bases, but he's got a good glove. But I mean, you need to have you gotta have at least double-digit home runs.
Yeah.
You know, creating chances, RBIs. He just wasn't providing that last year.
Where does he make sense on the Mariners, though? Because they have J.P. Crawford, who's going to be their shortstop for quite some time, and then their second base belongs to Jorge Polanco. You think that they push him out of there, Polanco?
Polanco can play in the outfield, can he not?
I'm not quite sure.
I think he can play in the outfield.
Because what, they have Randy Arozarena now?
They do. I don't know.
I mean, the outfield's pretty
obviously
decent.
Nico Horner's a better defender than Polanco. I don't think there's any argument about that. Maybe
Polanco's a little older, so they might platoon him. Who knows?
Perhaps.
They could platoon.
But this is not new rumors for the Mariners. They were interested in Nico last trade deadline, like during the season. So we'll see where this goes. I mean, I don't know now with the Cubs getting Boyd. Having 4 lefties in your starting rotation is a little dangerous.
I think so too.
Right?
It's a lot. I mean,
having 3 is, not normal either.
I just expect. My thing is, Crochet has stated he wants to stay in Chicago. He wants to get an extension. Because, I mean, he's going to be a part of an exciting. The White Sox honestly have some of the best pitching prospects from starters in all of baseball. They have the number 1 and 2 best left-hand pitching prospects in all of baseball, which is Noah Schultz, who's going to be a top 10 come later this year. He's unbelievable. He's like a mix of Randy Johnson and Chris Sale. It's unreal. And then Hagen Smith, obviously. And then imagine him.
But Smith is going to be a couple years, no?
Smith? Smith is a college guy.
Just got drafted.
Yeah, but he's a college guy.
How old is he? How many years did he play in college?
Let me do a little fact checking. Jamie, can you check?
Look, I think
he's 21 years old.
Okay. I think that the Sox are going to move Crochet.
They might.
I think they're going to move, whether that be to the Cubs, I don't know. I think he will be on the move. And I think that's a good thing for the Sox to do that. Because they could get, he is at all-time high value right now, right? Who knows what he does this year. He could regress a little bit.
I think he steps it up. Because that was his first year as a starter.
Yeah, I know, but it's unknown, right? It's unknown.
Yeah, everything's unknown.
Everything's unknown, so I think that obviously the Sox are not competing right now, probably for the next couple of years. So I think moving him is a good thing for the Sox. But who knows? Maybe they throw a bag at him. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they get a reputation for signing someone and keeping him long term, and they're like, Crochet's in our plans. You never know.
You never know.
I think it'd be nice if we did something, just because signing him, obviously, is Crochet. You keep him long term. That guy's going to keep you in games and win. But the Sox just don't have a lot of hitting in their system.
No.
And they're not going to sign anyone, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
We'll see. That's why I think they need to move him for a fielding prospect. For hitters.
I think a few hitters.
Yeah, I think that's necessary.
I mean, the Cubs lineup is a good trade. I think another team that lines up is the Orioles. The Reds line up even. There's a few teams.
The Cubs, though, the only thing is if the Cubs do end up going after Crochet, in my opinion, on their no-trade list should be Matt Shaw, Pete Armstrong, and Moises Ballesteros.
I mean, the thing
I'd give up Owen Cassie.
The thing is, when it comes to a guy of Crochet's caliber and his age, where he's clearly one of the best pitchers in baseball, he's young, he's dominant. The Sox get to choose what they want to do. So if you're not giving up what they want, it's not happening.
But this is what I'm saying though. If that is the Sox end all be all, they're like, we want Matt Shaw. If I'm the Cubs, I'm saying no. Because I think Matt Shaw's gonna be really good.
Well, I could imagine them throwing in like a bullpen arm, like Steven Wilson in with them. Steven Wilson would benefit your bullpen.
Yeah, many things would benefit our bullpen.
Yeah, Steven Wilson would be a good acquisition, especially
We'll
for a
see.
competitive team.
All I'm saying personally, I would be sad. I would be upset. I'd be mad if the Cubs traded Matt Shaw. Because
I'd be happy if they did.
Perennial. I know you would. Please be another
Is
fan.
that 3 touchdowns for Jordan Addison?
Oh, they're marking him down.
I think he's in.
Anyways, and then let's talk about how we all hate the Dodgers.
Yeah. That was
They got Blake Snell, which I don't think we've talked about yet. That happened like around Thanksgiving.
I was going to bring up another left-hand pitcher.
Yeah, Roki Sasaki.
He's righty.
He's right, but he's also now saying that he wants to go to the Dodgers.
I don't know how true that is. Maybe that's just him saying that to drive up his value for other teams.
If the Dodgers get him, I'm going to be so mad.
Manfred needs to do something about it.
They just gave Snell $182 million.
It's ridiculous, and a lot of it's deferred. Like, dude, MLB, get involved. Stop it.
It's crazy.
It's like it's ridiculous. I understand doing it a few times, but how much money are you going to pay in the future? It just doesn't make sense. I hope it cripples the Dodgers organization for years, where they have all this money in the books later on, and then they're going to be like, I wish we didn't do that. But you know what? If maybe they win now, who knows?
I mean, at this rate, they're going to win the World Series for the next 5 years in a row.
It's baseball. It doesn't work like that.
I understand, but
the Yankees just choked.
Dude, I mean, it's just unbelievable how much money they're spending.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is a ridiculous amount of money.
Blake's now, like...
It just sucks.
I know, it's annoying.
It just sucks. Like...
I mean, it's just how it is. The MLB needs to intervene. The Dodgers are going to keep doing it until they're told they're not allowed to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, Manfred, the ball's in your court. You're up to bat, so fucking do something about it.
Because, yeah, it's getting real old.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. It's getting that old.
It's just
same
like
shit.
Every big name. Like, what if they get Soto?
I don't think they could do it.
What if they? It sure seems like they have unlimited money.
I don't think they're going to be in the Soto sweepstakes. I really don't think
They
so.
are currently.
I think the Mets win it out because they're going to do the same shit as the Dodgers. I guarantee they do some deferred payment bullshit. The Mets, guarantee it. I think the Mets are going to get Soto.
The Bobby Bonilla thing is just coming to life.
Yeah, it's just a different thing.
It's crazy.
The Mets also signed Frankie Montas.
They did.
On a smaller note. Another one that's...
Addison again.
That's crazy.
That's 5 touchdowns for my boy Sam Darnold. I needed him to come and clutch for me today, and look what he did.
Another interesting thing is, remember Robbie Ray got traded to the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
He picked up an option on his contract, so he's going to stay in San Fran this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting to see how he goes, because he was good before he was healthy, Cy Young winner. Or sorry, before he was hurt, he was a Cy Young winner.
Yeah. It's just screw the Dodgers.
Yeah, is there anything else we're missing?
In the MLB? In MLB news?
Yeah, the White Sox signed free agent L.J. Jones to a minor league contract.
OMG.
Rangers got Kyle Higashioka.
San Fran also got... Who'd they get? They got...
Kai Wang Tang. They did.
Or sorry, the Angels got Kikuchi.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't really move much for me. I think Kikuchi's really... the Mets got Genesis Cabrera too. Good bullpen piece. I think Kikuchi's really just like... Everyone hypes him up because he had that one good year in Seattle. And then after that, he's kind of buns.
Buns?
Yeah, he's buns. Cheeks.
Yeah, he hasn't been great.
Not very good.
But yeah. Screw the Dodgers. But we'll have some more... we're just getting started in the MLB offseason.
I think it's going to be a very exciting MLB offseason.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, obviously, big-time free agent Juan Soto. Where's he going to go?
I think teams are going to wake up and see what the Dodgers are going to do, and then they're going to try to keep it competitive because no one wants the Dodgers and the Yankees to win every year. Like, come on. Do something about it. Give us a team to throw in the mix. So I think teams are going to start to make some pushes. We'll see how it goes. I think
it's just insane that the Juan Soto's about to command like a $700 million deal,
mm-hmm.
And the A's biggest contract of all time is $67 million.
Yeah, it's just
great, like the disparity between that. You know what I mean? It's just nuts.
Like Andrew Benintendi for the White Sox is their highest contract, $75 million.
And then you have a guy like Juan Soto that's gonna 10x that. It's just insane.
Yeah, literally 10x.
10x,
It's
10 times. 10 times the largest contract in team history. Crazy.
I mean, we'll see. We'll have some more going on, especially as the winter meetings come. Normally, when the winter meetings is when everyone gets together. They start talking about trades, and then the stove heats up a little bit. So we'll see. I'm excited for the White Sox because I don't think it could get worse. I think it's great that they went ahead.
Last words.
Oh, Brennan Davis from the Cubs elected free agency. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. He was on our list for a couple years as, you know, he was in the top 100 prospect list for about 2 years, and then injuries have just destroyed his career.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know what's a weird one?
I thought Brennan Davis was going to be the starting center fielder for the Cubs a couple years ago.
It looked like it. Loco kid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then injuries just derailed his career.
The weirdest free agent thing to me is Kyle Finnegan, even making it to free agency. I thought he would be traded while his values peak. I don't know why the Nationals didn't trade. Maybe they thought they had a playoff push because they were kind of 500-ish for a while.
Sometimes, you know, maybe they tried and they didn't get anything they wanted. But yeah, that's the thing that makes me mad is I hate when, you know, your team has a guy that you think should be traded and then they just let him go for free when you could have gotten something for him, you know?
Yeah, it is annoying.
Cubs signed Kyle Finnegan.
Kyle Finnegan would be a great. He's one of the most underrated closers in all baseball.
Yeah, I think he was top 3 in saves last year.
Yeah, he had like 30 something.
Mm-hmm. For a mid-nationals team. That's showing you.
I mean, yeah, but he's definitely a dog.
Should we talk some NFL?
Yeah, I think that concludes baseball. I'm excited. I think the stock's only direction is up at this point, especially with out-of-organization hires. It's going to be super exciting. I miss baseball. I love baseball so much. So
I as well love baseball.
I'll be working remote a lot, so now I get to go to more ball games. Yeah. Hey, I'm watching baseball here. All right.
Hey, I'm on the clock. I'm at a game. Don't call me. Don't call. Don't text.
Don't even think about it. Hey.
Yeah, it's, you know, getting in on a weekday Sox game for about $7. It's not bad.
Hey, 53 degrees and it's snowing a little bit here. Hey, opening day.
Hey, opening day. Cubs are gonna be opening up in Korea or Japan. Hey, against the $1 billion Dodgers.
If Colson Montgomery comes, I hope Colson Montgomery makes the squad this year in the opening day roster. There's no point for him not to.
We'll see. All right, football, NFL.
Oh wait, you know who's going to be doing the home opener this year? I think Caleb Williams. Oh wait, no, this is 2024. How silly of me! Wow, I'm a fool, guys.
You are.
I know, Jack clipped that. Fuck.
Football. NFL. It's currently Sunday. We're watching the noon games right now.
Kind of an ass slate of noon games. I mean,
I thought the Browns and Steelers would be more competitive, but it's not.
I mean, the Panthers have a 6-point game against the Eagles right now.
The Lord did not deliver Jameis Winston from picks.
I mean, it's like the Saints, Giants.
Yeah. The Falcons-Viking game is good.
Yeah, but the Falcons are choking. The Falcons, Kirk Cousins doesn't even have a touchdown pass. And they have 21 points. It doesn't make sense. Jaguars, Titans, I don't even care about that game. Mac Jones has 2 interceptions. That's hilarious.
Jets are beating the Dolphins.
I mean, that's just a mid-off.
Yeah, early slate, not great.
Mm-mm.
Afternoon slate, a little bit better.
Falcons, Vikings, best game, I think. I mean,
yeah,
Panthers, Eagles. Raiders, Bucks. I mean, Seahawks, Cardinals is going to be good. Rams, Bills is going to be good. Bears, Niners.
Thomas Brown.
Interesting.
First game as head coach. I think they're going to come out and play hard for Tommy.
Is Purdy playing?
Purdy is playing. Purdy is active.
I still think I think the Bears could win that game.
I think they could too.
The Niners have just been. I mean, they have no running backs now.
Yeah, well, they have
Interception.
Garendo.
Oh my god.
They've got Garendo, and Garendo's pretty good. He's been, like, when he's filled in.
I mean, but they have no depth because Mason's out too.
Yeah, I don't know who's his backup at this point. That's going to be tough for them.
They probably signed some.
Yeah, probably practice squad guy.
Yeah, let's see. Do they have anyone on the roster right here?
But yeah, I think the Bears are going to play well for Tommy today.
Hey, I'm coaching here.
Perhaps the fellas will go get a little grub and watch a little bit of the game, eh?
I'm actually starving.
I'm starving as well.
My tummy's rumbling.
Stummy is not here right now.
Nick Bosa's not even playing. Trent Williams is out too.
We're just gonna. All the Bears need to do is stop the run and win this game.
Josh Dobbs is out.
Oh,
Roshan Johnson out. I mean, yeah, that's the only impact player you guys have out.
Well, Brisker. I don't think Brisker's playing.
I don't see him on the report here.
I think he's still on that. If he's playing today, that's great. I think he's playing today. He was practicing this week.
I think he is.
I wonder what Matt Eberflus is doing today. You think he's gonna watch the game? You think he's gonna watch the Bears game today?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
I'd be like, fuck you guys.
You don't think he's gonna watch the game?
No, why would he?
What do you think he's gonna do? Watch a different game?
Live in his nice house and then spend time with his family?
You don't think he's gonna watch the Bears game?
I don't know what he's gonna do. Why are you
Hey,
thinking
Matt,
about him?
are you gonna watch the Bears game today?
What if he watches?
What if he watches the game and then the Bears are driving to win the game at the end of the game and they have 10 seconds left and then Thomas Brown says this. He does this motion and he calls a timeout and then the clock doesn't run out and then they kick a field goal and they win the game. And they could have done that last week and then Matt Eberflus would be like, oh my gosh, I could have still had my job if I did that. If all I did was this, I had to do is that. I had to make this signal with my hand. And we could have had a chance to win the game and I would have still have a job, be employed, not collecting unemployment. Think about that, Matt, while you watch the game.
What if Caleb Williams throws 5 touchdown passes and 350 yards today?
And then he takes off his shirt at the end of the game and he has a shirt that says, fuck Eberflus.
You could?
What if he did that?
I don't know. What
Brock
else?
Purdy's going to play bad today because he's upset that Iowa State got clapped yesterday.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have his Hall of Fame left tackle in.
Juwan Jennings has been great though this year.
What is he gonna block on the left?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like he's been a nice surprise. Yeah, and shame for McCaffrey. Hopefully that guy gets healthy and his career doesn't just get derailed.
Yeah, I was wondering. Like I was like, it's really surprising. Maybe he's faking all those injuries or like over exaggerating them in Carolina just to not play because they sucked. And then after kind of seeing the stuff with the plantar, wait, that wasn't plantar fasciitis. That's what Keenan Allen had.
No, he had he has problems in both of his knees and Achilles and
tendonitis or something.
Yeah, it's just not good. And I mean, I think it might be a usage thing. Like he's just been used so much over the past couple of years, you know. So we'll
Just
see.
like Yamada.
Hey,
I'm talking here.
Nah, you're talking bullshit.
All right, what else we got for the NFL slate? Anything else you want to talk about, or shall we get ready for the Bears?
Chargers Chiefs should be good tonight.
Dolphins just tied it.
Chargers Chiefs should be good tonight.
I think so too. I think the Chargers could come away with it.
I think so too. And then the last thing I want to mention is the Thursday night game. Lions Packers. Good
That
game.
was a good game.
Dan Campbell with just a huge ball sack.
I know. I love Dan Campbell.
But that's the thing with Dan Campbell. Either you ride with him or you die with him because, dude, he is just what an insane decision. Honestly, just crazy.
The 4th downs.
Yes, the 4th down with 20 seconds left in the game. They're in field goal range already. Instead, he wants to get the 4th down and then kick it with no time left. And it worked out. They won. But imagine if they didn't get it.
I think that they'd be pretty happy because they'd still be 11-2.
I understand that, but this is the thing with Dan Campbell. He's going to do this in the playoffs. He's going to do this in the playoffs.
But here's the biggest part about it is these players are confident when they go in there on 4th down. They're like, we're going to go fucking get this.
I know.
They match the energy of the coach. I think that they're all prepared to. The fans are probably like, you know what? Let's do it. It's been working all year. It's been working a lot. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But the thing is, it's where it
That's what I'm
got you
saying.
to where you are now because of that.
You ride or die
Yeah.
with Dan Campbell.
Yeah, you
Ride
live
or
by
die.
the sword and you die by the sword.
Exactly.
I mean, it worked. They beat it.
It worked.
Won a tough divisional game.
It worked. It sure did.
Jaden Reed was talking about our boy Jaden Reed,
0-0.
Western Michigan alum.
0-0.
We love Jaden Reed here.
0-0. 0 catches, 0 receptions, 0 yards.
He did go on the Amon Ra St. Brown podcast saying, "I'm gonna put up some numbers against you guys."
Did he? I didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
see
why
that.
that's why he's getting clowned for getting nothing.
Yeah, got nothing. Hey, I'm happy about it because I'm playing him in fantasy this week, and my opponent had Jaden Reed in his starting lineup, and he got 0 points.
We like Jaden Reed over here, though.
If you
I
couldn't
hope you have a
tell,
good game next week.
I'm in a must-win situation here in fantasy. I need the boys to come through for me this week, and Sam Darnold is surely helping me.
321 and 5 touchdowns.
That's
6
just-
incompletions.
I'm very excited to check my phone and see how many fantasy points he's got.
At least 20.
At least no.
At least 30.
Oh yeah, 20. Yeah, I don't know. I forget how the yardage works. Probably about 10 points for the 300 yards. Yeah, at least 30 points.
Yeah, you probably got like 30 points. That's a great game.
I'll take another one.
Mhm.
How about one more deep shot?
Darnold's a dog.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
surprised
a
he's
real
not
deal.
more in the MVP conversation.
What are they gonna do next year? They're gonna start JJ?
No, if Sam Darnold, what he's doing this year, you put him under center again.
What's his contract? Is he on a 1 year?
Yeah, he is a 1-year deal.
I think they let him go.
What, because he's going to be more expensive than 10 mil?
I think they let him go and they ride with JJ. And Darnold's gonna command. He's gonna start somewhere again next year.
JJ McCarthy's not good enough to give your organization to. That's just ridiculous.
They
JJ
drafted
McCarthy,
him as a top 10 pick. Like,
but
they're-
he's
they're
not a
gonna-
top 10 pick.
But they're gonna they're what are they gonna do? Just let him go away? Like,
No,
look,
you
they're gonna
sign
start
Sam
him.
Darnold, and you say you want to be a Minnesota Viking for the rest of your career? Let's go.
And then they just cast away JJ like nothing.
That's how it is.
No,
You can trade him.
they're not
JJ
gonna do it.
McCarthy's not good enough to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
He hasn't played a single snap
He's
yet.
just not good enough.
You don't know that.
I know it.
You have no idea.
I can sniff these. I can smell these things. I understand.
Who thought Sam Darnold was gonna have a year like this? You
Me.
could have said yes. You could have said last year.
I
Sam
did.
Darnold is not a good quarterback in the NFL, but look at him now.
Yeah. So why would you throw away the guy who's has your team 10-2, about to be 11-2?
Because
Why
you have
would
to
you
pick-
throw him to the side for a rookie who's never played a down in football?
Because they spent the top 10 draft pick on him,
That sucks.
and they didn't expect Sam Darnold to be like this. They're gonna he's gonna get some money next year. Just somebody's gonna throw a bag at him. I think he goes back to the Jets.
I don't think he wants to go back to the Jets. There's no way he's going to be like, oh, I'll go there.
Come on, he'll right the ship.
I bet he wants to stay in Minnesota. He'll have Jefferson, and he'll have Addison, he'll have Hawkinson.
I'm sure he does. He's got weapons, but
Dude, you don't want to leave this organization.
what I'm
You're
saying
succeeding
is,
here, you want to succeed, stay.
I know, but they have JJ. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's not saying much, though.
You don't know what JJ is like.
I know what he's like
You have no idea.
when he sucks for the rest of his
You
career.
have no idea.
Hey,
He
there's,
hasn't played a single snap.
maybe they'll play Penix. Do you think Penix will get in?
The
Michael
Falcons
Penix
have a
Jr.
decision to make too.
Kirkio Chains doesn't seem to be the move. That's good for your
Keep getting those
fantasy.
yards, baby. Come on. But yeah, I think that about wraps up episode, what, 20?
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How about that?
How about them Cowboys?
Bear down.
Better go beat the Bengals tomorrow.
What a grossy game.
I know. Cooper Rush versus Joe Burrow.
Honestly, I think it actually will be an interesting game because the Bengals are going to put up points, and their defense is so bad that Cooper Rush could also put up some points.
I mean, the Cowboys' defense has stepped up tremendously lately.
I know, but the Bengals' offense is fucking unbelievable.
Oh, I know.
Said it before, if the Bengals weren't bad, their record-wise, Joe Burrow would be perhaps front-runner for MVP.
Sam Darnold might have moved up the rankings with the 5-touchdown performance.
Perhaps indeed.
Perchance.
These are things you need to think about out there as NFL football fans.
All right, let's get this dab. I got
Big brain.
piss.
Can't wait to check my fantasy score. Ready?
Oh my goodness.